Boom! What's up, guys? My name is Gemini, and welcome back to Resident Evil 6 with me and your boy RJ.
This game is almost over, guys.
We're so close.
This might be it. This might be the finale. Maybe. We'll see. The only objective we have is called tie up loose ends, and I can't even reload my ammo.
Same.
I can't even swap out my weapon.
We have zero control. I can't even run.
Something's gonna happen here.
We're gonna slow-mo walk into this monitor room.
We can't run.
Gaming room.
So, this is where Carla did her experiments, huh?
Carla did experiments? What? I thought Carla was dead.
Carla is dead.
But apparently not dead because she did experiments.
We iced her, remember?
Oh wait, probably as Ada when she was turned into Ada.
Yeah.
What the fuck? How did you know that was the key? How did you know
that was
the key?
What this is for.
How did you know that, Ada?
So we knew exactly where to go and exactly what to do with it.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
So now we watch Ada hatch.
Wait, is that her?
Carla hatch.
Just go outside.
Wait, what? So then she died later, or is she still Ada? Is she Ada right now? No, she's Ada right now. She's Ada. She's Ada.
Yes, she is.
So I'm confused. So no one knows who Ada was before this, and they're just fine with her being Carla being Ada, and sounding like Ada, and basically being Ada.
Yeah, they're just like, who cares? Who gives a fuck who she is?
No one questioned this.
Uh-oh. Oh, we might have a problem here.
There's always a problem.
There's no way you can breathe in those pants.
Who cares about breathing? when you look fine.
Oh shit.
Hey, is that Wesker?
Why am I shooting now? Oh god, how cool would that be?
We're beyond sympathy at this point.
Who's we? Who we?
We're beyond humanity.
Who's we? Bang 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 bang.
She's a clone?
Also, I have no ammo in that gun, so I don't know how you shot it.
Oh god, yeah.
No, I honestly have no. Okay, what are we doing here? Why is this in
Line
slow
up
mo?
loose ends, apparently.
Why is it in slow mo?
Because they're boot stuff.
Because of boots. So she's just exploding this experiment. Okay, I don't even care. But I find so funny. She's trying to act so cool. But like you're just blowing shit up.
Yeah, we've been doing that for fucking weeks.
Why is she breathing heavy? All you did was shoot a gun.
Maybe it had some recoil. And...
I don't understand what the point. You came into all this like you were betrayed. I just
Finish on a positive note. Boobies,
what's
boobies,
this?
yeah.
A job, huh? What?
Sure.
What?
My schedule just cleared.
I'm so. You're just acting like this. You not have it. I just can't.
Everything.
I just can't. She was so mad about everything, and then she gets one call from who cares? And I just.
There's no way that's it. We did an entire episode for this.
Good, because I couldn't handle it. That's all I can handle. That's all I can handle. Because I'm just so You came into this. You somehow submarined your way into this underground water facility, knowing you're working for Simmons. You get betrayed pretty much immediately from him, and then like you're just. But then like you're. But you still talk to him and still worked with him the whole fucking way, and then you destroy it. But you didn't seem. But you don't hate him to the end of the game, and then you go put. But then you're so you're like right away. I don't give a fuck. It just. If you can't understand how to make Resident Evil 6. I hope everyone heard that. I hope everyone heard him scream. I hope that got picked up in the audio. Because if it didn't, that was all for nothing. But I heard it, and that's all that matters. And he was Gemini was very sad. Everybody, I'm letting you know right now. That's why he walked away. He had to excuse himself for a minute.
I did.
But it's just if you can't understand how to make Resident Evil 6 on this on the PS3 right away. It's just redo the game. Just just
Completely
throw
remake,
it away.
like-
Just throw it away. Just redo the fucking game. Just redo the game. Just.
I'm gonna watch these credits and I want to know who the fucking playtesters were who thought it was a good idea to not bring up any of these problems. Who are you people and why did you address this shit?
Playtesters aren't meant to do that.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Anyone, all of these people are responsible for this abomination. You all go to hell. You scriptwriter Shotaro Shuga. You, sir.
You, sir.
Several people.
You're just like, you, sir. Dude, your British came out hard. Your British came out
get
soft.
really British, like.
Oh, my good man. My good man, I'll tell you what, hip hip.
Have you had besmirched me?
Besmirch me?
Do you bite your thumb at me, sir? I bite my thumb at you, sir. Do you quarrel, sir? Quarrel, sir? No, sir.
Do you quarrel, sir?
Do you quarrel? But if you do, sir, I serve a good amount of you. Should I draw my long sword?
It's like, are you threatening me? It's like, I don't even know.
Absolutely, that is a declaration of war. It's like, yeah, but you're British, it sounds so friendly. It's like, are you joking or what?
Well, it's like you're just asking me questions. Like, are we gonna fight? Like, I'm so confused. With how polite the British are, how the fuck did they take over the world back in the day?
Yeah.
How did you guys do it? You guys are so polite.
Beetle-headed flat wench.
Oh my gosh. So guys, it's over. I mean, we'll get you know, her little ending cutscene at the end. You know, the little stinger cutscene, whatever that's gonna be.
Yeah.
But it's just like, again, like this is a matter of just the game has to be redone, just everything redone. If they even bothered to do this game over again, that's what you would have to do, honestly. Because if they just remastered it, no one would play it.
No one. It's
There's
not
enough. I mean, you'll have some people who are morbidly curious, like me, like who just wanted to see. You'll have like your diehards, you know, that they're just like, well, might as well. You'll have like, and then you'll have your small fan base, your small that actually didn't mind this game or actually maybe somehow fucking enjoyed it. I don't know how, but that's not going to be a lot of people, and it's not going to be worth the effort to remaster this and port it to modern consoles or whatever.
Definitely not.
I mean, they technically did do a remaster of this actually on PS4 and Xbox One. I don't know if it was for Steam, but they did that with all of them. But like, if they wanted to do, you know, the Resident Evil 2, 3, and 4 treatment,
I think what they've already done is by obligation alone, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, they just did it because I was like, well, might as well just do it. Fuck it, whatever. But this would need an entire redo. Like, even if you did the same game but like used modern graphics, or like maybe like modern graphics, modern camera, whatever, that's not enough, because this game's still ass. This game is the story is so ass.
Yeah, the
so
dialogue
ass.
ass.
Dialogue ass. The mechanics are ass. Everything most everything in this game is ass. Keep the tank though. Keep the tank.
Yeah, keep the tank. If you're gonna
tank
lose
10 out of
anything,
10. Tank 10 out of 10. But
this is a 2022 review of this game.
Complete ass.
We're begging you.
So, and again, for those who don't remember, who didn't catch it or don't remember what we were projecting, or not predicting, our recommending for what they might try to do with this when we beat Jake's campaign was, Jake is supposed to be the central point of the story.
Yeah.
They were trying to do this very convoluted, multiple narrative thing and bringing them all together somehow in a cohesive unit, but it just doesn't work. It does not work. It does not work well. Just have one central focus. Jake is your central focus. He has the C virus. He's the son of Wesker. Have that be the central focus, but like also make it to where like it's not just everyone just happens to know this, or they just come out, they find out. Like, it's just like Sherry's the only one that knows. Sherry's the only one that knows, and then everyone else finds out in some other fashion, whatever. But everyone should be trying to get a hold of Jake. Now, I would propose you play as Jake. He's your main character. He's your main character. You can have everyone else come in, that's fine. But Jake is your main guy, and you play him, and he, you can do a narrative story. You can make it maybe a little more open, whatever. But he's your main guy, and I wouldn't have him start in that weird ass. I don't know where the fuck he was. Like I said, everything's redone. Everything's redone.
Yeah.
Everything's redone. You don't start off in these weird ass, desolate, foreign lands. Start him at home or something. Like, just start him somewhere normal-ish, and then have it. I don't know how you would begin it, but just like the point is like he'll meet Sherry first early on, and then because she's the one that knows that he's Wesker's son, and that she needs to get him to do all sorts of shit. Maybe he could have it be like he's like, I don't want to at first. But, and then that's how you can then start from the very beginning of the game, this connection between the two of them. All stuff. Because she needs to get his trust. Because he's like a lone wolf, just like people, because he knows he's Wesker's son. Also, have it be known that he knows he's Wesker's son, and he knows who Wesker is. Have that be sad, because like, he doesn't know who Wesker, he doesn't even know, he knows he has a dad, doesn't know who he was, he just knows the name, that's it. No, he knows. This guy knows where he came from. And so, but he knows he's being sought after. He hates it. He's a lone wolf. Sherry finds him, and Sherry now has to establish a trust with Jake, which can then lead to your stupid romance that they wanted to do. Have that do that, and then throughout the game, you can have it to be, where since she works for the BSAA, I think she worked for the BSAA, didn't she, or something?
Yes.
Or did she work for the government? I forget. Okay, did she work for the people that worked?
Yeah. No,
did she work for the people?
She doesn't work for the same people Chris does.
Is Chris? Okay, I wasn't sure if it was for the people that Chris or with Leon. I wasn't sure. So, but since they're all, Chris is more the military, but military is under the government. So it's like, they all know each other. But what you can have it be like, since she's more closer to Chris or Leon or whatever, as far as her job's concerned, then like they run into one of them early on. And then they're all trying to work together. Not against each other, with each other. And have that be the thing. And then you can have it to be where and you can even sprinkle in the Ada shit. You can do that because I think the idea of Chris being confused with the doppelganger is nice. It's not bad. And you can sprinkle that in. And then Leon, I can't figure out how Leon would get introduced into the world. But
scenario doesn't apply.
No, here's the thing. There is only one scenario, and it is Jake's. It's just Jake. Okay, that's my proposal. It's just Jake. Also, we're about to.
A cutscene, it's going to be now.
Yeah, we're gonna get our little stinger cutscene at the end, like we did all the other campaigns.
Just completely blue ballers.
Which you know what? They might not.
I'm fucking turning this off.
Oh jeez, something's gonna happen. I hope. I pray.
It's lagging.
Oh boy, don't do this to me, guys. Oh wow! You didn't give a shit. Damn, you done ate a dirty like that? What?
Emotional
damage.
They didn't even give a fuck. They didn't give a fuck. Nothing. No fucks given at all. Not a single solitary flying fuck was given about this scenario at all. They're just like, it's over. Thank fuck. Goodbye.
See, again, this is what I'm talking about. This is why you don't need four fucking scenarios. You can just have just one and have everyone else come in at certain points in the game.
Outside of cameo appearances and stuff, you don't need anyone apart from the people in Jake's story. Jake.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. Like, they wanted to bring everybody in for like the first time ever. It was like everyone is connected in the first time ever.
Oh! They give a fuck. They give a fuck.
Oh wait, we're getting. Oh, we spoke too soon. Where are we? Again, with these fucking just desolate third world country areas. This game does love its third world country areas, doesn't it?
It does. Oh,
Hello.
Piers.
Oh, hey. Is that Piers?
Don't know. It's huge. It's probably Chris.
I'm only here for Big Daddy Piers.
I believe we had a deal.
Oh, is that Jake?
Oh, you got an apple.
Is that Jake?
Could be, because he rode off into the sunset, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So you give me an apple, I get out here and kick all their asses.
Hey, I'm a simple man, okay? I don't ask for much.
Are you going
Nah.
to keep your promise?
That reveal, though.
We already knew it was you, Jake.
Oh my god, he's so cool.
Also, what does that have to do with Ada?
Absolutely nothing. They didn't care about it. They finished her campaign. They just thought, we could have put this in Jake's. You know,
This
what
had
happened-
nothing to do with anything.
No, it was fucking completely irrelevant because Jake doesn't even make a reappearance ever.
Yeah, that had nothing to do with anything.
That's
What?
the last time you see him. You know, as far as
Okay,
storyline goes, I think this is the furthest along. So if you played the games chronologically, this would
Okay.
that right there would be the last scene you ever see in the Resident Evil universe. Because that is as far along the timeline as it's ever gone. Everything else from there on has been a prequel or tied into a previous part or a remake of an original.
Wait,
But
when does
Resident
7 and
Evil
8 take place?
way before, way before Raccoon City and everything, or at the same time, or shortly before, shortly after.
But why does Chris look older than he does in the
Oh
the early
no,
games?
Resident Evil 8. No, you're right. Resident Evil 8. Chris is
Yeah,
older.
and he even
But,
talks about how long. I mean, he acts like he's
Oh,
been in this shit
no.
for a minute.
No, you're
8,
right. You're right. He does.
I mean, yeah, he's a little fucking silver fox in that game. So I mean,
No,
I don't.
You're right.
I
So
think they take place afterwards.
they must do then, because I think it's because I'm referring to the storyline, because what's revealed in Resident Evil 8 is the original virus, where the original virus came from, because it came from that village. You know, the woman, what was her name? Mother, not Teresa, my god, what was her name? Mother Miranda. Mother Miranda is the big bad, and she has access to the virus and she controls it, and that's why she's the big boss of all the village's leaders and everything. And she's got some kind of love affair with Oswald E. Spencer, who was the Umbrella CEO. He invented Umbrella. He made it. He created it.
Oh, I know. I've heard of Spencer.
Yeah,
I've heard that
he
name
started
before.
the Umbrella Pharmaceutical Company based on the research that he conducted in the village when he met her. So, you know, so all of that takes place way before, but obviously by the time Ethan gets there, it's years later. But she must have been alive for hundreds of years potentially then.
Okay, so what you're saying is okay, the game takes place after, but
Yes.
you get told
Yes.
about the origins
That's right.
of the virus in the first place.
Yeah. So my
That's
mistake.
okay. That's probably what
Even
you're getting
then-
confused with.
Yeah, I was, and I was totally confused. My bad. But point still stands. We still don't see Jake ever again. There's
We
never
don't see
an-
any. We don't see almost any. We don't see any of the extra characters in this game ever brought up
Nope.
again.
Nope.
Which is
Nope.
probably because they want to retcon the shit out of this game. But
Yeah, I don't
that's
blame 'em.
probably why. But I'm saying, hey, just redo the game. I would love if I was better at editing and stuff like that. I would love to write a script of how I would propose this
Yeah.
game go. If I was like, hey RJ, I know you have no experience in story writing at all, but give us a pitch for Resident Evil 6. And try to fill up as much of the storyboard as you can. I would love to actually give a proposal,
cool.
actually sit down, write it out, actually plan out the going by using this game as a template, and then actually write out how I would like to have the game progress.
Yeah, as a fan, or as a.
I'm not a fan. I'm just someone who
as a
who,
viewer. Sorry, as a player.
who's just interested in redoing a game. That honestly, it wouldn't be that hard to read. I mean, it's not I'm not saying my idea would be good, but redoing
better
a
than what we
game
got.
this bad is pretty easy. So.
You're not up against much. This is the kind of project that Capcom would give to you as a new starter. They'll be like, you know, right, we'll give you something easy, okay? Nobody
Yeah,
has
like, here, okay, here's Resident Evil 6. You can't fuck it up any more than we did, so...
Yeah, like, if it goes wrong, it'll still be better than what we had, so...
Yeah, so I would love to give that a shot about better at editing and stuff, because I would have to, like, you know, I would love to make a video on it and, like, present all these different, you know, assets and all these different things, but I wouldn't know how to, like, edit the way I wanted to. Yeah. I don't know. Hey, editors out there, hit me up if you want, to do something with me.
There will be some out there.
Because I'm telling you, I love the idea. I mean, the idea of Wesker having a child is cool. The idea of having these extra characters brought in is cool. I mean, you don't. I know we love Pierce, but he doesn't need to be in my new version of the game.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a soundbite of.
It could just be Chris and just you know, just a platoon or whatever, you know, just some people. But we don't need to have Pierce. I would love it, but he doesn't need to be in the game.
I can't believe you just said that.
I know, it's blasphemy, I know.
Disgusting.
But Sherry obviously does. Sherry needs to be in. Leon needs to be in. Helena needs to be in because she's the only one, like we said, that actually has something. You know, she has some. You know, she has a stake in this. She's the only one that's actually been affected personally out of all the characters in this game by this virus or some outcome of this virus trying to be used as a weaponized thing. She's the only one, so she can be in the games, and also she's the best voice actress in the entire fucking game. So
damn right.
She can be in it still. I don't know if she's gonna necessarily has to be with Leon, but she can be in the game. Ada, I like her. She is best used as a more just sprinkled around.
She's a background character. She should be completely shrouded in shadow all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's Resident Evil, so like if anything kind of mysterious happened, you would know it is Ada.
Yeah,
but
it's a good way to tie up, isn't she? You know, like string things together, like particular events and things like that. She's always been that character that ties everything together.
Yeah, and it's fine. It's like in Resident Evil 2. You know, in the end of Resident Evil 2 and Leon's campaign, there's a rocket launcher that's just there, right? Yeah. And you're like, oh, lady, you little cheeky witch, you. But like, in that situation, it's fine. You don't care because it's like, okay, you expect it because there's that tension between the two of them. Yeah. So you're like, okay, it's fine. But all the time that she did it in this game, it was just so fucking hokey and cliche and just it wasn't
overdone.
Presented well, just hella dumb. And also, it was done way too much. And so, I would still have her sprinkled in, but a little bit more, sparingly.
Yeah.
And try to make it more concealed. So when she does help, even though it's most likely Ada, it's still presented in a better way.
Yeah.
And so she will still be in, but just more sporadically. And also, if she's gonna help Simmons, it's like have it play better that she's actually trying to portray him.
Yeah.
Like her motives were just never clearly established.
I don't think they ever have been, and I think that's
it's fine. It's fine that she's stoic. It's fine that she's always trying to play like that kind of sly character. Okay, cool, that's fine. Yeah. But still, eventually, let us know what you're trying to do. Like, she just seems like she's literally just there this whole game.
Yeah. She's
just there. She has no real
like she got the virus.
What was her objective?
What was she trying to do? Why was she there apart from just to tie everything together?
Yeah, like overall, this whole game, what was she supposed to do? That's a good point. That's a great point actually, because like Leon Helena, initially saving the president.
Yeah.
After that, it's like, oh shit, we gotta stop the virus. We gotta stop Simmons, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sherry, her initial thing was to find Jake, bring Jake back to the lab to get the virus extracted.
Yeah.
And Jake was like, fine, I'll tag along.
Yeah.
And Chris and Pierce mainly is trying to get Ada. It's like we gotta get Ada. And so it's like, but everyone has an objective except for Ada.
Yeah.
And so again, like it's a good point. And I don't know if that's how she's been treated in Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 2, obviously we found out, initially she was a cop.
Yeah.
And then she wasn't, but still, like she had a reason. We knew why she was there. I don't know how. I know she has a campaign in 4, but I don't know anything about it.
She does, and again, it's kind of irrelevant. They've done a similar thing to what they did with this, where she's just kind of there, and there's some things where it's like you see her in Leon's scenario in the original game, the campaign. You're like, oh shit, and so there's like certain areas where only she can reach So like
Yeah.
there's one part where you're running along and there's this big like tower and there's a bunch of stuff in it with collectible items and things and weapons and stuff, but there's no way for Leon to get in it at all. Doesn't matter what you do unless you hack the game. So you can walk through walls and stuff. The only way you can access it is if you play as Ada, and then it's revealed that that particular area is built solely for Ada because she has a grappling gun, so she can get up into the top window, which Leon cannot. But before you play Ada's scenario, you have no idea why that's there. It's just like there's a lot of things like that. There's a lot of little nods to, this area. So when I'm walking through Resident Evil games, I have a tendency to think about not only the storyline that's happening, but everything that's happening around me. So I loved Resident Evil 3, where I'm walking around the city and everything's going off at the same time.
Yeah.
There's people falling out of windows, and there's explosions, there's cars screeching along the roads and things like that. And I'm sitting there thinking, right, I'm going to this place. I'm on this mission. But those people that just drove by in that car, where are they going? What are they doing? What's their story? And, it all ties in. But Resident Evil has a really good way, particularly Resident Evil 4, has a good way of tying everything in and using Ada to do that. I also love, so again, sorry to reference this one again, and I'm not talking about the game we're playing, but Resident Evil 2 and 3, they happen at the same time. Like they
do. Yes, I do know that.
In time,
they do.
Sync, and that to me, that's what really speaks to me, because through Resident Evil 2, I'm looking at the back of the police station, the areas you can't access, but you can see from a distance, and you're thinking, I wonder what's going on down there. I wonder what would happen if I went down there. Then it comes to Resident Evil 3, and you find out. You find out where these secret doors go. You find out these areas that you would never explore. Now you know, and it's like, oh my god, it's like feeding the curiosity in you and giving you these.
And it makes you wonder. And if you did wonder, like, what was going, like, what do you how do you think, like, is like, because like I know Resident Evil 2, it gets explained that Chris is on some trip. Yes. He's not even in the country.
He's out. He's in Europe.
So he gets written off, which is fine. He gets explained off, but like then it's like, well, what's going on with Jill?
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Because Jill doesn't really get mentioned. Jill doesn't get mentioned in 2.
Nope.
And in 3, they're like, oh no, Jill's going through the same shit. It's just somewhere else.
I can't believe you didn't run into her.
Yeah, just somewhere else.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But like, but from what you said, Resident Evil 4, Ada's campaign is a bit kind of whatever.
Yeah.
But when she's in the way she's featured in the main game, she's sprinkled in and stuff to help out Liam, which is fine because she does the same thing in 2.
Yeah, that's right.
And like that is in of itself fine, but obviously when you have a campaign or part, like a little scenario with her, it's just kind of just done just so you can play as her.
Yeah, exactly.
When it's like, but it has no real bearing.
There's no
on anything.
To it, no.
And in this game, it's like they were trying to make her relevant.
Yeah.
To explain some of the things that would just happen, in the other scenarios, like how we just saw like the spike.
Yeah.
Just drops down to the ground.
Yeah.
That we then.
It's like, oh right.
Yeah, that we then used.
Yeah.
That we then used. It's like, okay, so you're trying to explain a thing. You're trying to give her some actual relevancy in the other stories.
Yeah.
But it
just didn't
still
work.
doesn't
It wasn't
really
as
work
impactful.
well.
Like the first time when we seen the chainsaw guy, we kick him into the sign, he bounces off, and he appears. And then next thing you know, you have to fight him as Jake and Sherry, I think it was. Yeah.
So it's like, okay.
So it's like,
okay,
oh, cool.
that
That's why he just falls out of the sky randomly, because that tied in really well, and I thought that was cool. Still doesn't explain the chainsaw guy or anything about him. But
yeah, see, yeah,
it's still random, but at least it wasn't random to them. It was like, shit, what's this? And now we know, and it's cool. That, you play
where
the
one plot hole gets explained, another one still remains.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like you just said. And how we mentioned in the other episodes is like, okay, well, now we get why Leon and Helena have to fight him.
Yeah.
But it doesn't explain why Ada has to fight him. So it's because he just pops up.
Yeah.
He just shows up. He just shows up. No, nothing. No, does not. He's just there, and it's like, oh. And you don't even realize he's a boss at first. I don't remember. I didn't really think he was a boss at first.
No, I didn't. I thought it was just like, I knew it was going to be hard, but like sub-boss, at least,
Something like the rhinos in Chris's campaign.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought something like that, right? Like just takes a little bit more, taking down. But
yeah.
And so it's like, oh, you're supposed to be a boss. Okay. Like that. I just felt that's a bit of a letdown.
Yeah.
It's just. So yeah. Also, I probably wouldn't keep the settings, the locales that this game had. Resident Evil just after 3, Resident Evil just had a fucking hard on for taking you into like these backwater third world style looking countries.
Yeah, it's because it worked
or
with
whatever.
So they thought, right, okay, if it worked in one country, we can do it in every country, and they just throw you.
But it's
all
just funny
over.
because doesn't 4 take place in Spain?
Yes.
Which is not even. It's a very developed country.
Very
they
much
just took you
so,
to like
yeah,
they just
like,
took you to the woods.
They go to like
woods in Spain.
darkest part. They take you to Spain in the 1800s. Like, right,
Yeah,
okay.
but it's like so
they
it's like
still use
it's
pesetas in this village you show up in. It's like the currency is wrong.
very weird, and so it's like, but it's ever since 4, they've had like a fucking hard on for either putting you into an actual third world country or to like the backwoods of a developed country, because 7 and 8 takes place in the U.S. But they take you to the goddamn swamps. Well, wait, no, 8 takes place initially in the U.S., but then you somehow
then you'll move to Romania.
end up somehow in Romania and Transylvania and all that. It's like, what? So it's like, but regardless, you're still either in a third world or a less developed country or a backwoods part of a developed one.
I actually like
it's
that.
just.
I like that. I get what you're saying, but I
it
like
makes things it makes things creepy easily because
we
it's
lack
like
understanding of it. As Western world people, we don't get it, do we? Like, I think that was why Resident Evil 4 was so successful, because it took us back to something that we couldn't possibly understand if we tried. Like an ancient history civilization that we couldn't even revisit. These don't even exist in the world, and if they do, we'd have fucking no idea about their culture or their concepts or their recognition. There'd be nothing to help us, so we'd be totally lost. Especially if everyone there wanted to kick our ass. They look at us and they see a sacrifice.
What I would probably do is, I would probably find a way to find a nice change of, because you can do horror, but like have some lushness in your environment.
Yeah.
And I think that'd be kind of a nice twist, is to take Resident Evil 6 and have you, at least in one of the places you're in, it could still be like maybe a desolate area or whatever, maybe like maybe a backwoods part of a country or whatever, but have it to be where you can have it where the sun's out. You can still have horror with the sun out.
Well, they did that
a
in
nice,
5, didn't they?
Crazy change, right? You can still have the sun. You can still have it be sunny.
Yeah, you don't have to have a creepy atmosphere.
And you can have lushness around you, like nice. Especially if you are in a backwoods, you're going to have a lot of trees, a lot of fauna, all that stuff. Have it be hella lush, but you can still have it be really scary if you did it right. I would have at least one of those. Yeah, I would have one of those locations at least be something like that. And then you'll want to have your trope, whatever. But I would have that as one of the changes too. Have you kind of go over there, but again, it's just the main thing is that Jake is the focal point, and you can do so much character development with the fact if you make it to where he knows who his dad is, but he doesn't know who his mom is. You can play with that so well.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of potential in the story.
For a narrative-driven game as Resident Evil is, you could absolutely work with that. And you can have it to be where like Sherry actually knows, but doesn't want to tell him at first.
Maybe, and then there's like he's starting to trust her, and then he finds out she knows, and that brings a rift
he's like, I thought I trusted you. You kept me this whole time. How could you? And she's like, well, I couldn't tell you first, and like you could tell me. All that. Like you could easily create see if you did it like that, and you just gave that so much more time to develop. Those two actually could have a bit of a romance. Even if it still turns my stomach, but it's just how do you can't do that in a 3-hour game. Like you're not getting enough time to make me care, especially when Jake is an ass for more than half of it, and Sherry doesn't really do anything to like show really any real feelings towards Jake. until more than halfway through.
Stupid quirks where there's like random eye contact and oh look, I almost saw you naked.
Neither of them ever really showed really any emotion to each other for like half the game. So it was like, oh, so I'm supposed to care about you guys just because you guys are in the same vicinity with one another for a while. It's like that's not how romance works, dude. And so but you could, if you made it like a 10-hour game with just those two as like your main thing, but like you have everyone else showing up in different parts of your adventure together, you could absolutely have a good story there. And I think that's like the basis for how I would redo Resident Evil 6. Yeah. And then obviously work out the other details. Otherwise, with Chris showing up to help with like more like the more like when you actually are like into the battlefield, like when you have to get to more battlefield style things.
Yeah.
Well, here comes Chris, you know, and all that shit. But then like if you are in the more kind of scary shit, real scary shit, here comes Leon.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
and then you can even have a bit with Helena. Like Leon can maybe can know Helena.
Yeah.
And know what she's trying to do, and then like you can even make it to where like they split off. Because Helena's so pissed because again she is the real emotional connection here.
Yeah.
That she just took off for Simmons and Leon's now trying to find Helena.
Yeah.
and then you can have it part of the game is like you're trying to find Helena now, and it's like I don't know, make it a fucking mansion. Call back to Resident Evil 1. Make it a mansion. You know? And you're trying to find her. And you finally find her, and she finds her sister because her sister's somehow there or whatever, and then you know that some shit can go on with that, whatever, and all that stuff. And but like I'm just spitballing here, guys. I'm not like, but like again, that's I think if we did stuff like that, and just instead of making everyone have their own campaign, you just brought them all into one campaign, intermittently, but focused it on Sherry and Jake. I think this game could have been pretty fucking good. Yeah. That's just my thing. Again, editors, if you want to work with me, hit me up, and I will pay you to edit this. If you're willing to do the work and work with me, I'm so down to make it like a how I would redo Resident Evil 6. That's what I would do. That's how this game should have went. And then Capcom will see it, and then they're gonna hire me, and then I'm gonna make a bajillion dollars. And then I'm gonna get Gemini out of the UK.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring him over here.
I'm gonna get him over here. Hellhole anymore. Also, by the way, if you guys can hear that, it's Saturday night in the north of the UK right now, and there are fucking drunk people literally out there. If I shout loud, they'll shout back. And it's like they're all just fucking rioting outside. I think there's a fight or something. I hope my mic can't pick it up because I've got my soundboard over the fucking window. So hopefully no sound's coming through. But if it is, I do.
Well, I can't hear anything on my end, so I don't think anyone will hear it.
Fucking locked out. It's like
we need a.
Yeah.
I mean, guys, let's start a GoFundMe to get Gemini out of the north.
Please help
and bring him over here.
Please
and it's just gonna be please help.
help.
That's what it's gonna be.
By the time you're seeing this, your channel's like these channel, whatever channel you're watching it on, if it's monetized, please
help him. Please help him. Help him. Help him! He needs to get out. He's so scared.
It's legit. Like sometimes I worry.
Yeah, he's so scared, guys. He's so scared. We're gonna get him over here to the West Coast, where not everyone has a fucking gun.
Not everyone.
So he'll be safe here.
Here has a gun, but that's the problem. They only don't have guns because they're poor.
The equivalent is knives. I know knives are the big thing in the UK. Yeah,
knives.
Your guys' gun laws are way more strict.
Everyone has fucking knives here. Yeah.
But like over here, it's guns. So that's why I said guns. Yeah. But if I was in the UK, I would have said knives. Yeah. But
to be fair, it makes sense. It would be more scary if people were walking around with guns, especially like the people you get here. Because there would be gunfire. Like on this street right now, there would be fucking gunfire.
You hear that, guys? See, we need to get him out of there.
Please,
we need to get him out. Get him out. Help him. Please help. Save him. Save him. Bring him over here.
I've got such a nice little house and a nice little life, and I like it so much. When you step outside, I'm gonna send RJ some pictures later on. Like my entire town looks like a fucking desolate wasteland. Like there's just.
See, that's what you get him out. I'm gonna make $1 bajillion from Capcom, and I'm gonna buy him a house.
Yeah.
And he's gonna have like a heart attack because it's gonna be the biggest, like the giantest thing he's ever seen in his life.
RJ is my Mr. Beast.
And then he's gonna be safe.
Yeah.
and then we'll record together all the time, and then we'll combine our Cuphead channels.
Yeah. Just solely live streaming Cuphead every week, never die.
That's it. We're just Cuphead channels now. That's all we are. We're just Cuphead channels. Oh man, but you know what, guys? I think that's it for us. We're done shooting the shit on this game, at least.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a play like this. I don't know if you guys are aware, but this is my first ever collab. It might not be the first one you see, depending on when we get this out. But this is the first time I've ever collaborated with anyone, so I really stepped outside of my comfort zone. But honestly, dude, I couldn't think of anyone else I would rather do it with. This has been legitimately awesome. Thank you for making Resident Evil 6 at least reasonably enjoyable. So
I did what I could, man. And I appreciate it.
I know it's a big
Appreciate
ask,
it.
right?
You know, well, here's the. I think I'm the one that suggested this game.
Yes,
I think
you
I
are.
was
It's your
the one.
fault.
I
You
was
did
the
this to
one
us.
because I knew it was completely co-op.
Yeah.
I know you're a Resident Evil, you big Resident Evil fan, but I knew that most people know about how bad this game is. So I was like, this will be the best game to play. Little did I know, it was not the best game to play.
He thinks he knows this shit, guys. But
Well, no, okay, I meant like, I knew it was bad. I didn't know it was this bad. I didn't know it was gonna break me this bad. There were some legitimate points in this game where I was just not having fun.
Yeah, there was. There was a legitimately. I can say this now because it's over. There was a point right at the end of Chris's campaign where it was over, and I almost messaged you and said, "Shall we not do the rest of this and find something else to play?" But yeah, because we'd started, but it was just like at the time I was just being a bitch because not only was we like, not only had we just about finished that campaign, but I was also really sick at the time as well. I just, I was like, I was poorly, I was so ill. I didn't want to like get up or stay up late because in order for us to make this work between our jobs, we have to record at like set times on weekends. For me, sometimes that's like 1, 2, 3 in the morning. So when I'm sick and I'm tired and I've got work in the morning, the last thing I want to do is come and play a game where I'm not 100% into it. And if it wasn't for RJ, I wouldn't play it because it's just like, well, it's like, whatever. I've played it once, I give it a chance. But I'm glad that we stuck out the whole thing so that we can see how bad this really is.
Yeah,
it's justified. We've accomplished something here.
Yeah, I think it was during Chris's campaign where
Yeah.
I was really getting like, this can't be this bad.
Yeah.
This
It
can't
really
be
is.
this, but it is. And I was thinking, well, you know what? Everyone says Leon's campaign is supposed to be the best. So that's the only thing I was holding out for. That was the only thing I was holding out for. I was like, okay, Leon's campaign should be better. Let's hope. And, like I said before, for the first half of his campaign, I was having fun. Seeing you doing running bulldogs and like German suplexes and everything. Dude, I couldn't.
Sliding
That
along
was
the ground. Like,
that was the
everywhere.
best. I'm not gonna lie, that was the best. I'm not even gonna trip. I couldn't get enough of that. Just seeing you do a running bulldog, I could not get enough.
It works.
It was the best.
That's something they did. The melee was good.
And then it couldn't help but turn into Resident Evil 6 towards the end, like towards the second half, which definitely sucked.
Yeah.
But then again, amidst all the stupidity, we had that bright spot where you had that whole little arc with Helena and her sister, which I was like, okay, well, all right, it makes sense. I can get down with this. Like, and also, this voice actor Laura Bailey is just really good.
Exquisite.
And she did great with Helena, even despite this game being shit.
Yeah, they give her the worst dialogue and the worst fucking storylines.
But somehow she had
work.
she's like the only one that had urgency in her voice, like at any time.
Yeah.
And so
I think
she was good.
That's one thing I didn't really like about Ada. I get that she's super calm and collected and dismissive, like she's seen it all. But it really was like they took it to the extreme this time. So like an explosion would go off right by her face, like the kind of explosion where if it went off 3 streets down, you would be severely burned. And she just stands next to it, and she's just like, well, yes, but I'm still extremely sexy, so it's okay.
Well, her and Jake are both like that.
Yeah.
And then to a lesser extent, Chris is like that.
Yeah.
Well, come on, like when he shot the bullet.
Yeah, and it like
Chris
in his face.
Chris didn't even. Chris doesn't. He didn't even. Crazy times, man. Crazy times. Was the first time I saw bullets in the face like that before. Crazy times, man. Your dad did that.
I've eaten a bullet.
Your dad did that to me back in '97, man. Oh, crazy times. So it was like Chris was like that too. But yeah, no, you're right. It's over. It's just ridiculous. Everyone is just the most extreme, the most ridiculous version of their characters. And that's probably also why people like Leon's, because they're the only two that act somewhat normally.
Yeah.
They do go through some ridiculous shit, which makes no sense, but they act somewhat normal.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Like, yeah, like Helen, like I said, has the urgency because she has something to lose, or she's already lost something, and then Leon just acts like a normal fucking person. Yeah. So, yeah, again, that's why the campaign is the best. I was like, okay, I'm holding out for Leon. Leon, my boy, you can't get me wrong.
Kept it together for us.
Everyone Leon's the best. Let's do this. And then he did it, and I was like, great. And then Jake came in. I was like, oh no. But Chris prepared me for Jake.
Yeah.
So I didn't get as pissed during Jake's campaign as I did with Chris's.
Start with Leon and then go through the rest of
oh,
it.
dude, if we had started with Leon, yeah, to have one good and then nothing but shit after that, oh gosh, that would have just destroyed our souls.
Yeah, there'd be no hope. That's why they call it no hope mode. It's just playing on anything that isn't Leon's scenario.
The no hope mode is actually it's not a difficulty. It's just play it and not and not give up. But yeah, so that's it for us. I don't. By the time this comes out, it probably would have already happened. But we have some competitive stuff we're thinking about.
Yeah, a couple of different ideas.
As far as another game, I don't know. Because if someone else wants to collab with Gemini, I'll gladly let him, continue to branch out and do something with somebody else first. But I'm sure we'll still. I'm sure.
By the way. It took me 2.5 years to agree to a collab. And it'll probably take me 2.5 before I do another.
Well, hey, I mean, I was just the first person to reach out to you. I imagine, like after you made that initial announcement in February, I think it was.
So, I got like dozens of requests. I just ignore them because I'm rude.
Well, did you get them before that announcement?
Yeah. Like I'm
talking about after. Like on that video, you were like saying like, "Hey, I want to do collabs. I want to do collabs." Because I didn't know until you made that video in February that you were like saying, "Hey, I'm ready to do collabs. Hit me up."
Since I hit about 150 subscribers, people have been asking me to do collabs, but I'm super uncomfortable and I can be really awkward, and I'm worried that I would either bring their channel down or make them look bad or stumble over my words, just do dumb shit that I can't edit out. I'm super comfortable making videos that I can edit, so if I say something stupid, or if I'm just I go quiet for too long, or if I'm just being dumb, or if anything even goes remotely wrong, I can just cancel that shit, edit that shit, change it. But with a collab and a live stream, you don't have that luxury. So I had to wait until I was super comfortable. It took a really long time on account of my anxiety. I did decide earlier this year that I did want to do more collabs. And this happens to be the first one. There will be more, no doubt. I'll definitely collab with RJ again. There's a couple of other people who are on the cards. I won't name you all because you already know who you are. But there are people that have sent me messages asking to collab. I'm thinking about it, I promise you. RJ, thank RJ, in fact, because he's sort of opened my eyes to the fact that collabs can work. You can have a lot of fun with it. I think you just have to have a reasonable understanding with each other. So let's do it. Let's do collabs, but hit me up first and talk to me. Let's get to know each other first before we jump into anything, because I'm dumb and ignorant. So I need
I'll collab with anybody. Just want to put that out there. I will collab. This is not my first one. I've done 5 or so.
Yeah.
And I've had a good handful of special guests on my podcast that I do with David.
Me too.
And
I've been one of them.
And he's one of them. And by the time this goes out, I would imagine that would have came out by the time this episode is done.
Yeah.
So anyone that's on Gemini's fan base, if you're a creator and you want to do something with me, bro, hit me up. As long as it's a game we can both play. I don't have PC. Want to throw that out there? I don't have it.
Go for me.
Any of your PC stuff, if it's not cross platform, that can't work. But anything on a console that's not Nintendo,
he will make it work.
I can roll
we
with
did
you.
This shit on PS3.
I can roll with you. Yeah, we both had a PS3, so it worked. But PS3, PS4, PS5, I even Xbox. I have an Xbox. I've never used it, but I have one. And so, hit me up. I'm willing to do anything with anybody because I need the views, man. So, I'm all down for it. No problem with it at all. So, if you can't get a hold of Gemini, I'm your backup.
This guy. I highly encourage you to do so as well, guys, because I know we're having a laugh and a joke about him being an amateur, but he's fucking good. He's made this whole process very, very easy for me. So let's fucking see more of it.
Yeah, it's me, guys. I'll make things easy for you because I'm easy. I'm an easy bitch. So Well, guys, you know what? I think we're gonna wrap it up here.
Yeah.
So I know this literally was 3 minutes of gameplay, and then 45 minutes of us chatting. So probably some of you guys didn't even fucking watch up to here, which is understandable.
Hours ago, that's fine.
which is understandable. I would too, probably. So, yeah, guys. Gemini, Get us out of here. For the last one, get us out of here.
Yeah, but you know what? It's a shame because I don't even have a fireball set up to see us out. But it's been an absolute honour and a privilege. I've really enjoyed myself, despite the game's fucking quirks, shall we say. Thank you guys so much for watching wherever you're watching it. As usual, smash like, subscribe, leave us a comment, ring the notification bell because there's going to be a lot more of this kind of stuff from both of us. So regardless where you're watching it, make sure you hit us up. And if our channels are monetized by the time you're seeing this, done it, because RJ needs a fucking computer and I need a house because I'm broke. Thank you all so much. But until next time, that's game over. Bye.